Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we are going to be doing the final day of the very first Guild Wars. I do want to ask something real quick. I'll have a little poll up in the top right on that little like white icon thing. It'll probably make a little pop-up right now. But should we still keep showing all of these every single week? I was going to just do these Guild War videos like what we're doing right now, just for the initial week. But just give a yes or no to the poll up in the corner, and we'll see if we will continue doing these every single week. Basically just doing 6 videos a week going over the Guild Wars battles and just kind of what teams I'll be using and all of that. Normally it'll be me most likely using whatever the pretty much what I use this week, since of course I'll be wanting to use whatever can win, and the strongest meta isn't really going to be changing too much from week to week as far as what the absolute optimal teams are. But if you are interested in that, just let me know. Otherwise, let's go get into this. So we did end up winning yesterday there. Of course, we get our little bit of seals. We already have our constant 100% extra EXP right there, which is kind of nice if we want to get that leveling in. Definitely helps with these excessively high levels since they go a little bit slower on EXP. Our Guild Guardians still aren't maxed out. I have no clue if at 200 we get slightly more points, but these won't be maxed out until 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after that. So I guess a week and like 12 hours from now, we'll have them fully maxed out. As far as the Guild Wars right now, it's very close in every regard. Intrum is just behind us, really close. And as far as the rankings, we are only in the lead by about 9,000 or so, though we still do have a decent amount of battles. We still have 1/5 of our guild that needs to go. As far as anyone who has a perfect win in my guild so far, or the only one that will ever have it right now, at least this week, is Waslight. He got the 52,920. There are some people that got excessively close to that, including our 2 champions up here, 52,290 with the 9 and 2 switched. But yeah, 52,920 is the absolute max possible points. That means every single battle was 4 of the exact same color of the day, and all 4 of them survived for all 30 battles. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's get into this. Hopefully we will get a perfect streak. We'll go into our Guild Wars and see what we have to battle. This is Intrum, and of course they are the 2nd highest trophies, and they are number 3 on the bracket right now, so it should be a nice hard final boss battle for the very first week. Will be kind of nice. We did end up beating Anonymous the first week, but that was probably because everyone was still getting situated into the Guild Wars. I did end up switching my defend, though it has had a 100% lose rate so far, and that is Bone Dragon, Stargazer, Courage, and Famine. And I'm not quite sure if the team is just bad or if it's just that they are so good, because most people like Intrum, my guild, Anonymous are probably over 90% win rate. So 3 loses or 4 loses isn't really representative of if the team is good or not, since they're going to win that much regardless. So let's go into our attack battle now, see what we're up against. Let's see, I'm going to be using a Behemoth Dracula's Amnesia Christinex. Many times I'm probably actually going to go for a Corvash and a Mercy instead, and this would be one of those instances. So let me go get that into our team. Actually, I'll go Corvash, but I'm not going to go a Mercy here. So let me get the Corvash in there. The main reason for this is I am worried that he might get to Devour on our Amnesia, and if he gets to Devour on our Amnesia, we will not have any summon left. If they have Deathmark spam, we'll go the Mercy, but if they don't have Deathmark, we'll just go with this. Emperor Corvash would mainly just be for if we need an Impervious, such as if they have a Wraith in first slot or something of the such, though we could probably get away with doing this as well. So let me just do this. Let me just double check one last time. This is for blue, and this is indeed a blue day, correct? Yes, it is. So let's go and get into this. As far as blue counters, I have been trying to focus on a Stargazer for my defend team. That's why I made it the skull-oriented thing that you saw earlier. This thing over here. I still think it would be a pretty good Bone Dragon, Stargazer, Courage, Famine. It's really similar to the team I ended up getting my only lose against because the Courage just went crazy. But we'll throw this down. Hopefully we'll be able to get all 5 of our wins, and let's see. So right off the bat, we will want to try getting our Amnesia mana if we can. If we were using a Mercy, we just do a first turn Mercy for that, like right there. But since we don't have one, we'll just have to take manas off the board. It is also a good idea, since we're using Christinex instead, to try to get a purple pair. So we will try dropping that purple into somewhere where we can start taking it. He's going for yellow as well. I'm probably going to Skull Distract, as we do have enough durability to tank out most of it. He's going to take the Skull, so we can get a guaranteed purple coming in here. So I think I am going to go and set that up. We'll move that over. We'll be able to take the purple next turn. He'll waste his turn on the Skull right there, only doing 27 damage, not much at all. So we'll go for this purple, it looks like, unless there's anything else we can really do. Actually, I might take this purple. There's a chance we get a brown. This purple doesn't look like it'll cascade into anything, so we'll take this one. And we do get the crystallized, and we do not get the brown, and he'll go for that one. There's another purple again, which I think I'm going to go for. There's a purple chance over there. We may get a Skull Distract. He's about to get a Devour soon, so it might be a good idea to try going Corvash. One thing that we could do for that is take a brown and then still hope for the purple off the top, which I think is going to be what I go for here. So we'll take the purple. We had a green chance too. We did miss both of them. So he'll go for a purple. He does get his Devour up right now, which is why I wanted to have 2 summons just in case. In case it gets that Devour, we'll want to make sure we still have a summon available. So we'll go for that. We do get the Skull. Unfortunately, I wish that would have been a Skull Distract instead of actually getting the Skull. It does go for the Devour right there, so good thing I did go for the double summon. So we'll be able to negate that out pretty easily. Ideally right here we would want to go for purple or yellow, and we have just that, so we'll go for the purple, and now we'll be able to resummon there as well as regain a good majority of our mana that we had previously lost. Just looking around, I guess we'll go on yellow here. Looks like a pretty decent spread, and it'll still keep those skulls there in case we can distract off them, though we do not get it. So now we have a Corvash, now we have a Draculus. He is getting quite a bit of HP between the Devour and that buff, but as long as we can keep them disabled, it's not really going to matter. We'll easily be able to keep up our entire team. Might go a little bit towards the slower side, but we will go towards the win. So we'll throw the Draculus there. He, of course, gains a ridiculous amount of HP. He can be devoured, which would be absolutely annoying if he did, though it doesn't seem too likely as long as I keep denying his colors out, especially since we have a Corvash that can drain him at any time, both the first two. The only thing that he might be able to do it on is if he gets a really weird Forest Guardian Cascade. That's about the only thing I can really think of that might get him what he needs. But we can just go for our purple here. The leakage will go into our Inferno King. Basically just delaying until he gets enough mana, then we Corvash, and then we go from there. Goals, I think I will start taking now. I don't have as much a need now to distract him since he already did his Devour, so we already have our Corvash up and ready for when he gets his mana up again, which he is working at. I do have to be careful he doesn't randomly get it off a Cascade, because I do not have any other summon other than our Amnesia here. I think I am going to go for the Explosion, just so we can start getting our Draculus up and start killing the Barrier Forest Guardian, as well as the second Siberish, just in case it miraculously gets a little bit of extra mana from the other one, maybe from a random 5 times or something. Got to be careful of those. So he's going to do another HP buff. I'm not going to waste a Corvash here. I don't think it would really be that needed. Or maybe it is. Problem is we'd have to do Corvash up before... Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to do that. If I still had Amnesia up, I probably would. But I'm too afraid that we won't be able to get Corvash up in time. So there he goes. He's about to do his Forest Guardian thing. I think I am going to Skull Distract here. Let's see. Okay, we do get Amnesia. And we do have a double Skull Distract. So I think I'll Corvash into a Skull into an Explosion. The only problem with that is his other Siberius will still have the ability to devour us. But I think that is what we're going to do here. So we'll go for there. We'll go for the Explosion. Actually, I don't need to take the other Skull. If I do, I'm just giving him more mana because that one has a much higher mana cost than that one. So let me do the Explosion first. We are getting rid of the Skull Distract, or the Skull just in general there. We'll go for Explosion. Get some of our manas up. We do get the brown, so perfect. Only problem is I do not have Draculus up, just slightly off. There is a Skull Distract just sitting there though. So we're probably just going to let him take that and then go from there. We'll take our reds, get a purple, get a green, though we didn't need the green. And now we can just Draculus. And that is almost team wipe right there. And the Corvash afterwards will not be team wipe because he does still get the barrier, unfortunately. But, oh wait, never mind, 26 damage. What am I saying? It's enough to kill. And there we go. I was basing it off his magic. I forgot he has some base damage as well. I think it's like 3 plus his magic or something. But there we go. Down it goes. And we do get full points. Again, oh, cool, we get Arcane too. Again, for any of you that didn't hear me say it earlier or just don't know, do keep in mind that when you summon, you do replenish your points. And the summon, it doesn't care what the color of the summon is. Even though it's a blue day, we can still summon any color and it'll still give us the full amount of points for today. It only checks the colors at the beginning for all of the extra bonuses, and it only checks at the end of the battle how many troops you have left. It doesn't care what the colors are at the end of the battle. Oh, that's really annoying. That is very similar to what I was using earlier. I don't know if I want to switch out for Behemoth here. Mercy, I think I will go for instead of the Christinex. The only slight problem with that is if he ends up death marking our Amnesia. So hopefully the AI is not smart enough to do that. So I am going to switch things up a little bit here. We'll go and replace that out for our Mercy. I'm also going to be adjusting our banner since we're not using the Christinex anymore to a double yellow so that we can go straight into our Amnesia there. So we'll do this. We will be able to cleanse the death marks. And they also are going to be adding a 1-turn delay to death mark. I believe they're not doing this until next patch, unfortunately. But they are going to be adding the 1-turn delay because death mark is like everywhere. It's about 80% of what's being used later on in the game. That's why a lot of people are starting to use like Apothecary, Mercy, stuff like that to counter it. I figured I'd join it because I haven't really bothered building mini cleanse builds this week. I know a lot of people have been. But we'll throw down the Mercy here. Might as well do it for the final day. But we'll throw down our Mercy. He'll take the skull. We can take a double yellow here. And I think I'm going to do just that, as that will be a good amount of mana generation. I think he still gets a Skull Distract. Not really too comfortable about the Skull Distract, as he is getting Death Mark on us. But I'm not... losing our Core of Ash isn't going to make us lose the game. Don't. That doesn't mean lose it. So there we go. Okay. So he's still alive. We'll throw this down on blues here. Hopefully get all of Core of Ash's mana. I need to get Mercy back up too, so we can get that nice cleanse off. He's 3 mana off. I don't know if I'd waste an Amnesia for it. Well, okay, never mind. Well, we gotta use Amnesia to go get Inferno King up there now, so we'll do just that. I think I will, just so we don't have to deal with that Wraith, take the skull right here. I do not want him randomly destroying another troop like that. Okay, so all we really have to worry about now is the hero class, which can death mark all of our allies as well as death mark us off the ability. So I'm going to try killing her last. The only problem is the only way I could really do that is to kill both of them at the same time, both the Alchemist and her. So we could do that with Draculus. 3 Draculus casts would be enough to do that. So I think we'll go down that route. I won't really pay attention to too many of my other manas. The only problem with summoning an Inferno King up there instead of more towards the back of our team is she only has a 1 mana to get full mana. But the only problem is even though she only needs 1 mana, she's being blocked on yellow, purple, and on blue. So even though she only needs 1, there's no way I can give her that 1 mana unless we had something with like enchant or something to give it to her. Okay, so Mercy, still nothing we can really do. I guess I just focus on Draculus mana. Skull Distracts I don't really need to take, though I need the green, so I guess we will take a Skull Distract here. Not worried the slightest bit of losing that Inferno King. It would actually help us more than it would hurt us, since he is blocking a good deal of our damage here. I'm going to try actually not taking any skulls. Don't really need them. It would only help her since she would be able to death mark our entire team if he was to get it. So we'll kind of just keep delaying there. Still no alignment on our Mercy, though I would probably want to save the Mercy for when she gets her cast off, just to remove the one death mark that she ends up creating. So we'll go for some reds there. Just need those 2 Draculuses and then we're good to go. He does have a Famine ready, and I think we're getting enough HP on our Amnesia that regardless of how much mana we really have stored up, he isn't really going to be able to get much of a kill off of it. And please do not use that on purple. I need that convert. Okay, good. Oh no, he did use on another really good color, but he is about to be Skull Distracted, so he'll take 1 of the skulls. I think we still have alignment. We do lose a troop, but we do have the Mercy cast ready to go. So there we go. He will have another Skull Distract. We do have a summon to work out pretty nice. Oh, Skull Distract went away. Never mind, and then it came back. Okay, just double check the board, make sure there isn't anything else. We only have 23 true damage on this, since he does keep reducing down our magic. And he might end up doing it again. I do have to go for the Draculus here, and then we will do the Amnesia cast to follow. And then hopefully we will end up getting some of our mana back on our Mercy. Then again, never mind, we're not, because I just used the Draculus. Our huge Draculus, if worst comes to worst, at least our Draculus will win this battle. He has immunity to Death Mark. There is basically no way he can kill it. Worst comes to worst, we win with a single Draculus. But ideally, we would want to have the full team. And we do get all the mana, and it's still our turn for the perfect win. Didn't even need the Mercy right there. And there we go. We did get Death Marked, and we didn't have a Mercy, but we ended up doing it at the end, which was what I was aiming for. Try to get them all killed at once, and there we go. So that ended up working out pretty nice. Also, if you don't have Draculus, you can just use Crimson Bather. I'm just using Draculus for the safety that it has with Death Mark immunity. Everything has a replacement in this team except for, I think, Amnesia, which I guess you could put a Queen Mab there instead. Okay, Blast Soul. Oh, Assassin class. I was thinking of doing this next week because there isn't really a counter to Assassin. And, oh, this is so similar to the team that ended up beating me the other day. We will use the Corvash, of course. The main benefit of us using a Corvash is he really has no way, once we stun him, he has no way of really doing anything against us for the most part. He won't be able to do his Courage. He won't be able to get that instant kill on us. So this is actually the team I was thinking of using next week. Kind of surprised he's using it now because next week is Mist of Scales unless they changed it. So it would be a kind of nice week to use the Mist of Scales class. Since it might have Naga bonuses and stuff. But, oh well. I do want to see how this performs, so that's really nice that he's using it against our color team. Because I was going to do that team. Actually, I was going to do that exact team all week next week. Like, literally the exact team. Except I would be using Crude Clubs or some other weapon instead, most likely. Because the way he's doing it now, it's going to be so distracted on the board. He will never really be able to get his Courage up. But we'll do that, get a huge amount of yellow right there to be able to feed into all of our other colors. Really good starting board right now. And excessively good starting board right now. And he can assassinate off that skull, but if we stun him, he will not be able to. So there we go, get our nice cast off. And we're pretty much good to go at this point. Let's see. We'll explode on the blues, get a nice blue spread, get the manas that we need, get our Corvash up, get our Draculus up. I think this is already done. Draculus into Corvash into, that's almost battle right there. So yeah, just as I thought, this team is actually kind of weak still. It depends on what you're using though. But yeah, this was very similar to the team I ended up losing to though this week. I guess it kind of depends on what colors you're using. On a blue day, there are so many really strong blue options, particularly in the true damage category, so it goes pretty smoothly. So we'll go for that, hopefully get a yellow, and we do. Nice extra turn right off the top. We'll go for a red into a purple here. That will be enough for Amnesia, and I'll throw a Corvash next turn just for safety's sake. Actually, what am I doing? I could have already won. Hello. There we go, right into the Corvash, and that's match. Keep forgetting, everything has so much more attack, HP, everything in Guild Wars. I keep forgetting that. These are all the bonuses that we get. There we go. 3 perfect battles so far for our battle against Intrum. Next up is the Shadow. Oh gosh, our points are so close. Let's see. How is it on the rankings? Okay. We're about a 10,000 away at the moment. I believe we'll end up finishing around the same thing, like some kind of 10,000 gap in one direction or the other. Also, I have no one in my guild, it seems. Hopefully that isn't messing anything up. I don't think it is. Oops, what am I doing? I need to learn these tabs. I'm just like clicking all around trying to find where I'm going. But we're up against Shadow now. Vile Flask, a little bit of an odd weapon to use. It either poisons an enemies or deals damage. It does destroy all of their armor, which is one of the last things that still do. If I'm not mistaken, there's only 3 things left that destroy armor. Mang, the hero weapon you get at 40 brown red, does 100% of the time and gains 1 attack per every single armor shred. Mang is definitely the best shredding armor now that Bone Dragon doesn't exist. The next one would be Grave Knight, because 100% of the time Grave Knight can shed all of the armor and then it does some damage afterwards. It also has the lowest mana cost out of anything that shreds all mana at only 11, and it actually always used to, or always for the history of this game, has had the lowest mana cost for that. It used to even be 10, but then it got nerfed to 11. And then there's the Vile Flask, which has a 50% chance to do it for 14 red-blue mana. I don't know why it's showing up as only red there, but it is red-blue. Okay, he's going the Cerberus route, trying to get our Devours off. I think for safety's sake, I will go and switch back to what we were using previously. Throw a Christine X here. It's a slower start, but in case he does get a Devour off, we will be able to still have a full team operational. So we will go this route. We will go for the yellow-purple banner and get it up from there and see what happens. So we'll run with this. Safe blue. Only thing that might happen, though, is the Forest Guardian could be a little bit annoying. I kind of do want to commit to a Mercy here, but I'm really scared that it might devour our Amnesia, and if it does that, then we lose a lot of value. If it devours our Draculus, we're pretty much done. So we'll go this route. Don't even know if this is safer or not, but we'll see what happens. So first things first, we will want to try focusing on yellows more than purples. I do not want him getting that Forest Guardian off because he most likely will get alignment and then we'll just completely get destroyed. So let's see, can we get a 5 times out of this? No, so we'll just take it towards 3 then. And we do get some purple as well on top of that, which does give us the Crystallize for our Christine X, which is completely blocked color-wise. Okay. I think I might just go for this purple then. I'll give it 2 Skull Distracts, and maybe we might get a red out of it as well. Oh, she will take brown, though. Ooh. That's a bit annoying. She would end up getting brown out of doing that if I was to swipe that. So I might just have to take a brown here instead. Or blue. Probably brown. She needs brown a lot more than she needs blue right here. So the only problem is... Okay, yeah, I'll move that out the way. We'll take a skull. We'll probably take this purple next turn, which will give it definitely give it a Skull Distract. We can get a red over there, and we might be able to line this for yellow on next turn. So it'll take a skull. Oh, never mind. Nice, really lucky cascade right there. And I think I'll go for the skull into the yellow. That will still leave it with 1 skull to distract it. So come on. Nope. Okay. Oh, that is enough mana for our Amnesia. And if I'm not mistaken, if I Corvash kill it. When it's not stunned yet, it will not, it will trigger its trait. So I need to try to stun it somehow. Okay, that missed. I'm pretty sure if I use this now, she will death mark my entire team. And I do not have cleanse. So I will wait a turn. Wait till he kind of gets a little bit more on his Cerberus then. I guess we'll throw this on greens. Looks like a pretty wide spread, plus it's a color that we need. We'll throw that down. No extra turn, decent amount of mana. Oh, well, we get death marked anyways. Didn't really have a choice there. So, worst comes to worst, we kill them with Draculus. Okay, well, that's why we keep 2 of them, just in case one of them dies. We still have a summon. Oh, my gosh, and gets a Cerberus too off of it. Well, I do not have any cleanse, so that's a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to get the Corvash off on it. And we did randomly kill it off a skull, which was not the best. But, I guess I'll hold my Corvashes for a little bit. We'll throw this down on purples, it looks like. We'll do that, even though we already have full mana. Needs to get the board clear. We do get her full back. We do get her fully back to mana. We get the Inferno King as well. She also... Oh, no, she didn't get a cleanse. That was just her thing triggering. Aw, I was hoping for the cleanse there. But we'll take this brown, of course. Just get that down. Get more of those Devours off so they can't do any... Or stuns off so they can't do anything. We'll let the Skull do its thing. He'll let us poke. He can get 1 poke. He might end up killing our Corvash eventually. I'm not really too worried about that. So speaking of Corvash, I think I am going to throw it now. He's just going to go for Skull next turn. So we'll throw that, throw it into a Draculus. Actually, probably should have done that reverse order. I was a little bit afraid that he might get Deathmark killed though. But we'll throw this down, get our true damage all over the place. We do get slightly less HP because I did lower it down to the point where it wouldn't have given as much. And there goes the Corvash, but we have cleansed all the death marks that were previously made on us, so we can replenish our team back to max at this point. And we're pretty much good to go. He could still potentially win off the Cerberuses if he gets really lucky with them. That's always a possibility. But as long as the Forest Guardian doesn't get alignment, we should be fine. What is it again? It is all purples to skulls and all brown to green. And let's just double check that that doesn't do anything too devastating. Does not look like it. Actually, I can keep the board as is, I believe. He will get a couple pairs, but it won't really do much beyond that. So I think I'm going to go for this. There's a chance he might be able to get 1 Cerberus off, but it does look like he will miss, unless I miss something on the board right here. Okay, he doesn't even go for it. Okay, definitely need to do something about those purples there. I'll probably take it upwards here, as that looks like it will not give him alignment the following turn. So we'll do that. And yeah, that does look like a miss on the alignment. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we win. So that was easy, as long as we get it to miss. If that would have hit, that would have been like the game right there. But luckily, we were able to do that slight adjustment, and he doesn't get his extra turn. We'll just do that, take the other skull. 1 more hit will be enough to kill that out. Oh, we need that green for the 5 times to do the Draculus. Oh well, we'd even gain full HP off the barrier too. So I guess I'll go for a skull here. It won't use green anymore. The only problem is it will most likely get a Cerberus off. I don't really think there's much I can do about that. I don't have Corvash anymore. I don't have any way to really get it down. So there is a possibility we may end up losing with 1 troop down. But that's better than just losing completely. So there we go. Go in the burn. Burn, I believe, does have a 100% chance the very first turn of doing a burn. I don't think the cleanse has a chance that on the first instance of it. So now all we have to do is just kill out the Sybaris with a shield on it. Might take us several turns. I will go for Skull Distracts, as we don't really we want to avoid him casting at all costs if we can, as there is a 50% chance he can do us a troop down, and if he does that on our Amnesia, then we do end up winning the battle with slightly less points. So right here, he might go for the Inferno King. If he does, that would actually be really good, because that will allow us to get our Amnesia mana up really quick. Ooh, it knew. It went right for that Amnesia. Smart AI right there, but we can use Inferno King's combo. He just tears off the shield and then hits it with a billion skulls, and that looks like match right there. We only need 1 more skull, right? Yeah, so we don't need to cascade into anything. We'll just take that one. And there we go, ending with the full team right there for no points lost. So it does look like we're going to get whatever that is, the 8,840 or whatever it is. Oh gosh, what even is that hat? It's like a shadow of the hat right there. Makes a different visual glitch for the hat every single time. It doesn't make it look like a ghost pirate thing though, literally, because there's nothing there. Just like Skullbeard. But here we go, Zookeeper in number 1. Interesting. I see Zookeeper around a lot. He's using a Crimson Bat, Bone Dragon, Famine, Death. Definitely an annoying team. I think I'm going to switch back to the Mercy team. Not only does it give us HP, it's also going to give us that quicker start, and I'm going to be needing it for the cleanse off the Death Mark. So we will go for that this time. Of course, switch it back to a double yellow banner, and should be good to go here. I almost feel like switching that out for Crimson Bat too, just for the quicker cast, because they both do the same amount of damage. The only difference with him is he takes HP. But if worse comes to worse, we can win off of just Draculus because of how high of HP he would have. And the only thing he could really die to is Bone Dragon. But hopefully we'll be able to neutralize that. He does have 80 HP though, so though we do have a Corvash, so that'll be able to take out quite a bit of him. So we'll just go try getting the quick Amnesia, go from there. Hey, we got 3 undead kills too, but I think I already did all 150 of my event gems for the week. Anyways, let's go into this, see if we can get a nice Mercy cast. Hopefully get a Corvash, and this is basically the final battle of our Guild Wars. Quite suiting too, because he is a really good player. He does play a lot. Zookeeper, that is. Actually, all of them do, but Zookeeper in particular, I see him around a lot. But let's see. Right here, we can go for the Mercy. I think we'll do the yellow into the purple though. Not really worried about skulls. Until he hits our HP, I won't be worried about skulls, because our HP, once he starts doing that, he'll do twice as much skull damage. And that can definitely stack up to... Never mind, he can already do twice as much skull damage. Okay, I did not see that. I really hate that it doesn't give a good representation of that. Let's see, do we heal higher than how much damage he can do? It does not look like we can. We'll have to lose our Corvash, it looks like. That is really bad. I hate that even when it's a green value, you can still end up getting 2 times hit. There's really no representation to see if you got HP reduced or not. But from the death. That's why I ended up doing it. Hello. But we'll throw down the Mercy right here. This, I don't think is going to be enough HP unless we miraculously get an extra turn somehow from the Cascade. And no, he will be able to get the kill right there. Oh, never mind. Armored. Hey, Armored! Actually doing something. Good job, Armored. Okay, so we'll take that. I really need a Corvash cast before he dies, would be great. Though the only problem with using Amnesia now, of course, is the fact that we're kind of not doing the mana anywheres, or the summon, I mean. That we're kind of wasting our entire summon. And we did not get a full mana on anything. He will die next turn regardless of what happens, so unless I can somehow get a extra turn on him right now, he will be dead, and it does look like he's just going to be dead. So we'll have to go for some of our mana here. I think the safest would just be taking a red, just in case the blue doesn't surge. So we'll probably just take a red over here. Maybe get him to Skull Distract. Then again, he's going to do twice as much to our Draculus, so I don't want that to happen either. I do have to be careful not to give him too many browns or anything either. Bone Dragon, of course, will do a pretty excessive amount of damage to us. Yeah, I do really like his defending that he has going on here. Definitely has some potential to be able to kill me out. So I have to be careful giving him a single skull. Can't really distract too much on them, but I am going to have to do this now. Start getting Amnesia up and get a huge amount of HP there. Even though he is doing twice as much, we still have a pretty substantial amount of HP. But we do need to focus on getting our yellows, and there we go. We can get a double yellow. That will be enough for our Inferno King to use as a tank. We might not be able to get Mercy mana anytime soon, though it doesn't look like he's getting Death mana anytime soon either. Him casting his Crimson Bazards is kind of going to be helpful for us because we have plenty of HP to go around. The only thing that we really lack is the ability to be able to tank all of his skull damage. But speaking of that, we might actually be able to now. We can do another Draculus. That, of course, will pinch them down quite a decent amount. I may try taking some Amnesia mana here first before I go for the cast. Mainly because I want to have her all the way up and regenerate again. If I do the Draculus now, we won't really be able to get her mana up or her ability. So I will go for some blues right here. He'll cast Draculus next turn. I mean Draculus. He will cast Crimson Bat next turn. So that will go down. We still have the one stun from our Corvash. So our Corvash is still doing something even though it is dead. So that's pretty nice. I do have to be very wary of the fact that he could Bone Dragon at any time, which is also why I'm trying to get my Amnesia up right now, as we can just make an Inferno King and that will tank it. One other thing that could happen in our favor is... Oh, that's perfect. The other thing that can happen in our favor is if we can get our Inferno King to revive, would be amazingly good. So right here, I think I am going to go for the Draculus cast. If worst comes to worst, I will need him to be alive. So we'll do that, get a nice little poke off there. This will hopefully revive. If not, it'll at least tank the damage. So it tanks that one damage, and it did not get an extra turn off it. For some reason, it went on one of the weaker ones, so that was good for us. We would want to take a yellow or a purple right here, though neither of which are available, unfortunately. So it does look like I'll just have to go for some mana. I think I'm going to go for the green into the hopes that we get a brown, or in the hopes that we get, yeah, either a brown, a double brown, or a skull right there. So we'll do that, and we do not get any of those. So he'll take a skull. That is going to tear us down a pretty good deal, but we'll be able to get a skull too. We'll be able to get an Inferno King, and should be able to do this on blue for a pretty good cast. Oh, almost didn't see that skull right there. Perfect. Oh, double perfect. Nice, so we do get the double skull off the top. One more Draculus will be enough to kill his Famine, and the Famine is cleansed now too, or he doesn't have the stun on him, so he is reducing our stats by 3 every single time. Jinx is a weird trait that, even though it is active throughout the entire game, it activates at the beginning of the match, so even if you stun something that has Jinx, Jinx is still in effect, and of course that makes it so you get less mana surges whenever you take a 3-pair. But we'll throw this at blues right here, get our Inferno King summon. We'll throw a Draculus at it, off of an extra turn too. Can we actually throw that right now? I don't think we can. We need either brown to red alignment or green to skull, and it doesn't look like we have an extra turn on either. We'll just take that real quick. Start getting our Mercy up. I might need a Mercy for the Death. I'm pretty sure we won't, but playing it safe would always be nice. Still no alignment, it looks like, so we're not going to bother doing anything with that. I'll probably just throw the Draculus down into maybe whatever Inferno King can do next turn, and if nothing, we'll probably just throw the Amnesia and hopefully get the last of our Draculus's mana up. Oh, if that would have been a red, come on. We could do the convert. I'm a little bit scared of what may happen though, so I think I'm just going to play it on the safer side and just throw an Amnesia down and try getting the rest of our mana on our Inferno King. Well, let me double check. Let's see, where would everything go? There would be a bunch of reds there, no extra turn for him, a red. He'd take it on purple. Oh no, he's going to take purple, he's going to probably take a skull. Too many things, so we'll just go and let's actually aim it at purple, even though I don't really need the color as much. I need to make sure we do remove them all so he doesn't get his or his Bone Dragon, as that is the biggest threat that's still kind of left on his team. Not too worried about the death. Because worst comes to worst, we can win with a single Draculus. So right here, does not look like we have alignment again. Inferno King damage also most likely would not be enough to kill out the Bone Dragon. So let's see, how much? Oh, we can just do another Draculus and win it off of that, unless I somehow mess something up here. So we'll just go for the green, and that's matched. Hey, we got our Mercy back too, just in case we needed it, but we do not need it. And there we go, perfect victory against Intrum. Barely though, this team... I might need to do that. Gosh, Crimson Bat into Death. I have used that before, but I didn't think of actually doing that in Guild Wars. That is quite devastating, since you either have to take skulls or you just die, because that's a lot of damage that can end up doing with all the extra stats. I think his bat was like 59 damage, hitting over 100 per skull, which is almost one shot, definitely 2 shots, so gotta be careful of that. So we'll throw down the Draculus there, and that is matched. All 4 of our troops kept. A little bit shaky at the beginning there, but there we go. We do end up reaching the max amount of points that we can earn, at least for this day. We've only lost, I think, 3 troops this week, and 1 battle in which we just straight up completely lost. But there we go, the max of 8,820 that we can do. Still have 20 more battles within the guild, and current final rankings are about a 13k gap, and probably both of them are about a 13k gap. Nope. Oh no, gosh, Intrum's really trying to get our win streak down. I will give on Monday kind of go over what exactly happened as far as if we won this battle or if what exactly happened here. This is really close. This might be our first lose ever. Might be against the Intrum right here. We'll see where the points are later on. But yeah, that is really, really close, even closer than the first and second right now. But hopefully we do end up winning. If you guys still have any other questions about the new Guild Wars, definitely feel free to leave them all in the comment section below. Even if I don't end up doing the video every single day, I still will be always going over Guild War related stuff. So we will still be doing all that, kind of going over teams during streams, stuff like that. If any of you ever need help on a team, of course, we can just answer those and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful week. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you all later. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.